What would happen if the Street Fighter series had done this whole team thing? Is we're going to break down what the teams for the Street Fighter tournaments are going to look like. Had Street Fighter actually gone with the team format. So like, okay, well, that would be interesting. Well, which one are we going to do? And then I was like, well, we'll do all of them. And then I was like, that's a lot of games. But it's not. Because canonically, there are only 4 tournaments in the Street Fighter series. The original Street Fighter is a tournament set up by Sagat. That's one. You don't get an actual tournament until Street Fighter 2. Each version of Street Fighter 2 just overwrites the previous one. So then the next tournament, chronologically, is Street Fighter 4, which is the Sin tournament, run by Seth. And then, the only other tournament in the Street Fighter series is Gil's tournament, which is Street Fighter 3. There's no tournament in the Alpha series, and there's no tournament in Street Fighter 5. We actually only have to build teams for 4 games. Rules going forward. Each team has to consist of 3 characters. And characters are going to be restricted by region where applicable. Keyword there, where applicable. We're going to run into a lot of teams that won't make any sense as far as region is concerned. And everything goes as is normal in the Alpha series, and then we eventually get to the World Warrior tournament. Alright, so the World Warrior tournament, Retsu is gone. Geki is also gone. Joe and Mike are both gone. Mike is not Boxer / Balrog / M. Bison. They have established, Capcom has established this. Mike is actually a completely separate character. So, Team China, if we leave Fei Long, if we say Fei Long is part of Team China, then Fei Long's the only character left, because Lee and Gen are both gone by the World Warrior tournament. Team England is missing everybody. I think we can safely say Team England no longer exists. At least not in any recognizable form. Team Thailand is probably not, because the Dun's not here anymore. Sagat's still around, but I think he's on a different team, because originally he was part of the Four Kings of Shadowloop, but he actually ended up leaving the organization just before the World Warrior tournament. So Team Thailand is now Team Shadowloop, of which Sagat is not actually a part of. So Team Shadowloo is the 3 characters whose names always get rearranged. The Dictator, the Boxer, and Claw. With Bison being the team leader. So last tournament, Sagat was the team leader. This tournament, Bison's the team leader. So then we got to look at these other World Warriors, right? So we got Honda. Well, he's obviously on Ryu's team, right? Team Japan. That makes the most sense. Guile was Team USA. Team China. Well, Chun-Li's going to be on Team China, right? Nobody else regionally makes sense anymore. I don't think Akuma is actually on a team. Right? It doesn't make sense for Akuma to actually be on a team. Unless he's on Team Evil guys with him, Evil Ryu, and Violent Ken. If we do what if we did that? South America, Central America, Caribbean. I mean, because T-Hawk does not have any direct relations with any of these characters. DJ does not have any direct relation with any of these characters. The only character that Blanka has a vague relationship to at all is Ryu, and that's only through Sakura. So this is Team Latin America, I guess. And these are the teams that we're missing something from. So none of them fit Team Japan, right? Not at all. None of them fit Team USA. You could put Zangief here and then this becomes Team Kami. Team Communism. I just don't know if that's too insensitive or not. So, alright. Well, we're going to have to dip down into either Alpha or Street Fighter 4 in order to fill out the rest of this roster, is what it's looking like. Sodom is a huge otaku. And he actually has some interactions with Honda in Alpha 3. He is his dramatic battle partner in Alpha 3. So, Ryu, Honda, Sodom would be Team Japan. We could bring either Cody or Guy into this, but I don't know that that's necessarily the best choice. If we go the other route and pick somebody from 4, we'd actually end up with Rufus. Rufus is actually American. Actually, that's not a bad choice. So we moved Rufus up a little bit in the timeline. And we moved Sodom. Sodom becomes more relevant than he was before. Rufus just moves up a little bit into... Instead of being really obscure in Street Fighter 4, he is actually part of the World Warrior tournament. Which makes sense because Sean is not in the picture yet. So, who else do we have? Well, you know what? Team China could just keep one of its members, another one of its members. Gen is still alive during the World Warrior tournament. He just wasn't invited. Maybe that changed. Or, conversely, Lee goes in to the World Warrior tournament. I'd say either one would work. So we'll say Gen actually comes back. So that fills out Team China. That means we have Cammy, Dhalsim, Zangief, and Sagat. Sagat has been involved in Shadowloo. He was recruited by Shadowloo at the end of the first tournament, but left before the second. So, it's conceivable that he would pair off with somebody who is investigating that organization, which would be Cammy. Maybe Delta Red does something different. They actually set up some kind of sting operation, so they pair her off with Sagat and maybe another ex-Shadowloo person? Birdie tried to get into Shadowloo. He failed. Team Double Agent. There. Yeah, okay. That could work. It is a little rough, but it could work. So then, who do we have here? We have Zangief and we have Dhalsim. Two characters that don't go together. Yeah, no, this is pretty much it. Team Middle East. We got Turkey, Russia, and India, all on this team. But I think this is pretty much the only way you're going to make this work. You got 2 grapplers, and you got a guy who can kick you from halfway across the screen. You know, so I mean, that's about the only way you're going to get this team to work at all. Dhalsim does not really fit on anybody as far as a teammate is concerned, to be fair. And the same thing goes for Zangief. Anybody who's a grappler can kind of fit with Zangief, but I already put T-Hawk on the Latin American team, so I mean, we kind of smushed a few Alpha people and a few Street Fighter 4 people in here in order to make it work, but yeah. Now, if you had to do it with fewer characters, then that means one of the characters would just have to get cut. So let's say we got rid of Sagat, so we don't have that problem. Okay. And we have to make teams with what's left. So, for sake of argument, I'll put Ryu and Ken on this team. So, Ryu, Honda, and Ken. This becomes Team Interpol. Guile, Chun-Li, and Cammy. Both Fei Long and DJ are basically in it to seek fame and fortune. Well, Fei Long to reignite his acting career. DJ to become much more popular of a musician. And then Zangief's whole deal is that he wants to be recognized as a, he wants his country to be recognized as so even though it's not exactly the same thing, it's similar. And Blanka, Dhalsim, and T-Hawk mostly just want to be left alone. And then Team Shadowloo is still the same. There. So there you go. So that's an alternate way to do it if you just take Sagat out. And say, or, say that, he's a separate boss fight alongside of Kuma. Something like that. That's the way you would do it without adding characters.
The project took a lot longer than I was expecting, so we did it all in one live stream, but we're going to break it up into several smaller videos. So if you want to see more, go ahead and hit like and subscribe so you know when the next part is going to come out. Alright, so we got at least 4 parts, and some of it I'm going to have to re-record because I realized I missed a few things. So follow if you're on Twitch. Check us out on Tuesday nights normally, or check my Twitter at Neuron319 to get updates. Check you soon.